Good morning everyone, or good afternoon depending on where you are in the world. I'm Stella from Stella Movement and I'm here for your Sunday morning session for the Whole Health Project. And today I am going to be using a chair. You can use a chair, a balcony ledge or a bench top. However, just note that you'll need to turn around and do the other side at some point. So if you find, I'll keep cueing you through. I'm not going to use music today. It's just too confusing. There's too many movements to cue through. But you can always come back and watch it again and do it again, and either decide to do it with the chair, with the balcony. And it's all about getting the body moving, getting stretch out of the tissues, movement and space in the joints, and just maybe moving in a way that is not usual in your everyday life. So I'm going to combine Pilates, bar movements, and a little bit of just yoga, Garuda flow movements to start feeling nice and juicy. So as always, I've left my details in the description. So if you are or you're able to donate, that is wonderful. If not, please just share along to some friends. That would be fantastic. And join me and follow me on Instagram. So let's begin. Starting off, just make sure that the chair's not going to move too far. You want to feel that you're really into your hips here. You're going to have your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Place your hands shoulder width distance or a little wider to create space in your shoulders on top of the chair. First of all, turn the toes out so you can get a little bit deeper into the squat, and squat down looking up. Yep, get a bump. Let sort of the hips waggle, get a deep fold into your hip crease. You want to watch through this whole sequence that you don't drop into the neck. So push down onto the chair to feel this connection of your lats onto your back. And then from here, guys, you're going to breathe in. And you're going to straighten the legs, rounding the lower back, rounding the middle back, the upper back. Drive the heels to the floor, push your palms onto the chair and arrive like in a lean-to plank. And at this point, swivel the feet parallel, almost slightly turned in. Pull the pubic bone, the heart up, shoulders back, breathe in. And then dive in, chin to chest, round through the upper back, the middle back, the lower back, and then as you come back, turn the toes out, sink deep into your squat, look up again. So stick your bum out, waggle from side to side if that feels good, and utilize the arm extension to feel like that's an extension of your spine, but you've got the support of the chair. So let's do that 3 more times. Breathing in. Good, straighten the legs, round the lower back, use your belly, middle back, upper back, unravel. Gaze forward, swivel the feet slightly turned in, pubic bone pulls in, heart lifts up, shoulders back, heels down. Chin to chest, round, feet turn out, deep squat, look up, breathe in. Straighten and roll. Lengthen to a leaning plank, feet swivel in, and then open up the front body. And stretch it back. One more of those, turning out. Maybe deepening your squat this time, going a little deeper, going for a little wag from side to side. Breathe in. Good. Shoulders wide, collarbones wide. Make an effort to not scrunch through the shoulders as you roll up. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Turn the feet in, drive the heels down, and feel this pubic bone tilting up so the tailbone lengthens down so you get more extension through that mid and upper back. Less just dropping into the lower back. Hold that there. 3, 2, 1, and then walk your feet in and come to a slight diagonal. One hand on the chair, other hand comes behind your head. Pick up the inside leg and really lengthen through that standing supporting leg so the hip doesn't collapse out to the side. Working on your hip strength here. Think about an easy cue of starting to wrinkle slightly from the chest or the bra line to the top waistband of your pants, keeping the fabric slightly wrinkled so you're not going into extension. You're going to come back, lunge back, nice deep lunge. From the mid-back, take a little gaze over your shoulder, look back, breathe in. Push through the front foot, and then connect elbow to knee. Hold. Unravel. Connect your core, shoulders soft, and we go again 5 more times, just a little faster. Lunge, twist, rise, crunch, lunge, twist, rise, and crunch. Standing ab work. 3. Feel the juiciness, the work around the midsection, and you go for 1 more time. Hold it, however. See if you can get your elbow to your knee. Squeeze as hard as you can, upwards and downwards for 8, 7. Maybe the other arm comes up and you balance. 3, 2, 1. Place the feet down. Awesome. Take the hand out, take the leg out. Now we're on the inside leg. The inside hip pulls up and is nice and strong. Outer leg lifts, and you go for a crunch. And once again, you try and connect elbow to knee. Hold it here. Just check in that this foot is not in turnout. It is here. And you crunch it in. And you hold that, feeling the waistline getting good activity. Then really stretch out the tissues, accentuate it, push your foot into the floor, push your wall away as you stand your inside hand onto the chair. If you feel your back work or you're feeling like you're twisted, just check in that the hip bones look pretty level, the tailbone slightly tucked. And then we go a little bit faster. 5, and push reach. 3, push reach. 2, push reach. 3, sorry, I counted up. Oh, losing my mind. Hold it there. Good. Hold and squeeze for 8, 7. Can you punch out the other arm? Super strong here. 2, 1. Now take the leg out long. Take the arm up. Come for a nice stretch. Anchor this foot down if you can. Upper body. Rotate to the chair. Hold onto the chair with both hands. So we're trying to minimize the hip moving here and just get that stretch around the back of the rib cage. Push the chair down into the floor and away from you as you curl back into your ribs, increasing this banded stretch here. Good. And then start to lift like you would in a cobra. Look up, breathe in, that top arm lifts, and you find yourself back into this position. Then from here, the next part, we lift up. Straight arm, straight leg. Abduction out to the side. 4, 3, 2, 1. What's going to happen is you're going to punch that fist. Activate this leg super strong, activate your bottom, and sweep that leg back behind you as this arm punches forward. Imagine there's a wall here that you're pushing forward. There's a wall there that you're pushing back. No movement or minimal movement through the torso, so it looks like this. Active. Bring it back. Reach it over, and we go for that twist. To the chair. Round. Baby cobra, look up. Extend, open up the front tissues. Take the arm up. Prepare second round. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, up. 3, 2. Punch the fist and push the walls away. And back. And up. Good. And lift. And open. And we go again. Up. 3. Belly on. 2, 1. Push. The inside leg is super strong and you're pushing against the chair as you activate the side body. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3. Curl in and push. And then lift. Extend and open and release. Holding it here. Nice work. And then from here, bring the leg up. So it's like a little medley through the legs. This time the arm comes up and you're going to go for a standing crunch and extending this front leg now. So the leg extends and you crunch forward. So from the side it will look like this. I want you to feel you are rounding your back, a C curve, but not a collapsed C curve, a really active C curve. Wrinkle the front part of your top. Good, and then from here, just a straight lunge back. Bring it up, extend the leg, and then back. Just 4 more. 4, and back. 3. So if you have any niggles in that lower back, use this as your opportunity to get out of them, to work your lower belly, work the upper abdominal region, and crunch in. Last one. Love a hold, so let's come in and hold it. 8, 7, if you can, join the other hand for 3, 2, 1, and release. Last part, standing cars, so controlled articular rotations in your hip. Same leg, you're here, pick up the leg, and find activity through your core. So the core is active, shoulders are wide, the only joint that's moving is this guy, the hip. So cross the midline. Externally rotate so the knee goes out. Lift it as high as you can. Search for that end range where it feels sticky in the joint. Good, and then you search for how far can you take it out to the side before the hips want to swivel. Hip bones like headlights pointing straight ahead. That's your abduction move. Then you want to go into internal rotation without the knee dropping down. So try and keep it up. As the knee turns in, you get a little bit sticky up in this hip. Knee down, heel up. Push it back behind you, going into hip extension. And down. You reverse by pushing back. Search for the sidewall. Bringing it up, belly on. Pulling it. So it might feel a little bit sometimes icky in the top of the hip joint. But you are searching for your usable range of motion. Out to the side. Turn in. Just 3 of these on each leg. And we go back, out to the side, up. And really turn the core on last one, lift up as high as you can. So if this is your passive range, try and stay in that position. Try and keep it there and out to the side. So passive meaning you use your arms or something to bind you and lift you into that position. This is harder because you have to use your muscles to recruit this movement. Whew. Shake it out. All right, this is where you're going to change the chair position. I will face you so you can hear me, but we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side, starting with the lunge, hand behind the head, taking the inside leg back in space. So that should be the leg that you just had up doing the rotations. So you come down, come up, and crunch twist. Come down, twist the other way. And this twist doesn't happen from the lower back, it happens more from the mid back. So think about keeping your lower abs on, nice and long, and we'll go for 5 more. 5, 4, try and get deep into that lunge and drive through the front heel. For 2, for 1, and then hold it here. Good, squeezing in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to the side. Good, arm comes up and you crunch in. You hold this position, working into this waistline without too much swiveling or collapsing back. Squeeze and hold, and then reach it out. Big stretch, push, and stretch the tissues. Here we go. Crunch, reach. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, land on the floor with that foot. Push against the floor. Push it all away. Draw the abs on and twist. And as you twist, you place both hands on the chair and round your back, pushing the bra line, the mid back up to the ceiling, widening the space of your collarbone so you're not here. So it feels wonderful in your back. And then you stay in this position and lift the chest, the heart up. Take that arm up and find yourself back in this position where we go for full abduction with the door swing. So from here, pull up to the side hip, tuck the tail slightly, and we go 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg back, 4, arm forward. 3, 2, 1. Still resisting with the arm and the leg, and then up. Good, go for the rotation to the chair. Inside leg stays where it is. Round, lift, extend, circle back to center, and 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, abs on, 2, 1, back, 3, 2, 1, side stretch, 3, 2, 1, rotate, push, 2, 1, extend, arm, back to the start position, 2 more times, up, 3, 2, 1, push, 3, 2. I don't know why I'm doing a fist, but it makes me feel way more tough when I go for the push. Feels much more energetic through my arm. Coming up, you don't have to have it in the fist, you could have palm extended. Rotate, tap the chair, round your back. Extend, look up. 1 more, guys, we go up. 3, 2, 1. Strong core, push. 3, 2. So you should get into your butt, bring it back. And lower. I really push into the floor, get that final juicy stretch. Rotate, curl in, tuck the tail even. Pull the chest, the heart forward, lift up, and arrive here. Front leg is going to come up. With that front leg, pull it up. Top arm is up in your 5th position, shoulders wide. And you extend the front leg as you curl forward, rounding. and then you bring it up, and you go for a lunge back behind you. So from the side, I'm not collapsing down, I'm lifting through the top of my head and then curling, trying to get as much space in between the back of my rib cage and the back of my pelvis to really focus on length and the C curve. So here we go, curling. Squeeze the abs. Keep the abs on as you go into extension. Extension of the back leg. And up. And down. Go for 4 more. 4. 3. Great way to stretch out that lower back, especially with all those side abduction movements. I know it can start to feel a little bit in the back. Nothing wrong with that. The back muscles are working. Awesome. Here we go. Coming up. Standing calves. All right. Hand onto your hip. Parallel. This one is rotated, however. Knee out to the side. Adducting, crossing the midline. Bring it up. Keep your core activated. Bring it up as high as you can. So even use your hands for assistance and then try and keep it there. That's your start position. Out to the side. As high as possible. Internally rotate. Good. Bring it back. Bring it up. And lower. Good. 2 more. Up. Side. Imagine someone's got their hand on your head and they're pushing you down. Resist up against it. Often helps that feeling to simulate that to get the core working. Same thing, you're driving your other foot down into the floor. So you're finding 2 points. 1 more time. Lifting up. Side. Rotate in. Push it back. Bring it out. And lower it down. Awesome. I'm going to swivel my chair back this way. I know the lighting's better. And we're going to go into the next part. Starting off with the Warrior 1, Warrior 2 position with the legs. So find the start position here. Feet are parallel facing your chair. Take the outer leg back, the leg that's facing towards the camera. And like you would in your yoga class, find your Warrior 1. Give yourself time to feel it out. Yeah, front foot is parallel, knees over the second and third toe. Try and aim for your front shin to be pretty vertical. And you take this leg as far back as you need to and let your sit bones widen. Don't grip the butt here. This is your pelvis. Just feel it gape and widen a little bit. Then you can lightly turn the bum on to feel the strength there. Take the outer arm up and feel you're pushing onto the chair, but someone's pulling you in the opposite direction, so you're feeling this energetic stretch. At the same time, that old school saying, something's pushing you down, go up against it. You're a warrior, so everything's pretty strong. Then we're going to make it nice and soft and fluid. So from here, reach it. Turn the palm down. Imagine you're scooping through a puddle of water. Curl. Now look to your front knee. Cross the midline, taking that arm up. Cross, so you feel a stretch through the ribs. Try and keep your legs steady. Now look up, circle the chest up. Go into extension. And hit back your Warrior 2 position. Curl in, a softness of the heart. Feeling the back of the ribs, the side ribs, feeling out your front ribs. Adding on with your breath. Out breath. In breath. Out breath. Try and lunge and stay deep into that front leg. Active through your back leg. Alright, we've got 2 more, 6 in total. If you're doing this at home and this isn't feeling great on your shoulder, or you want to minimize the movement through the shoulder, hand stays on the shoulder, but still get that work in around the rib cage and the spine. Last one, you see what I'm doing here? Just shortening the lever and getting out of the tricep. Alright. Bring it back, but stay in your lunge, guys. We come into the lunge clocks. So front leg can pull back a little. You're deepening into this hip and pulling the hip bones level with each other. Use the chair. Tuck the tail slightly to work the lower belly and get into the front heel, front hip. Alright, front foot goes forward into 12 o'clock. Tap. I'm still on my back leg. Then, depending on where the clock is, you turn and circle into a half circle. So for me, it's 12, 9, back to 6. And then forward, circle out, and back. But what you're going to do is you're going to lift up in between, rise out, and then lunge, foot goes forward. Good. Hold this leg still, circle, rise. lunge, circle, rise. Good, the front knee, try and stop it collapsing too much inwards. Push the knee outwards, the thigh bone outwards. You've got one more. Up, forward, and hold. This back leg comes in a little. The leg that was working, you're going to pick it up and pull the knee in towards your chest like so. As high as you can, once again, working the core. So not overloading into one leg today, just moving through. So hold it here. Push into the chair. Space in between the chin and the chest. You'll notice my front heels, my back heel is lifted. All right, then from here, lunge into that leg. And then the leg that was pulling into your chest reaches back. And you go for a nice big stretch. Stretch the front leg and raise that other leg up. Then bend the other knee. Pull the knee in towards the chest. Same position again, rounding. But this time, guys, we follow through, we add on. Start to extend that front leg forward, extending your spine, landing toe ball, both heels are lifted. From here, tuck the tail under. A split stance squat, you come down, and really dramatically you start to extend through your mid and upper back. So without the lower back getting involved, tuck the tail, push into the chair and open up your chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen to my cue. Push the hands onto the chair. Pick up that standing leg, that front leg, pull it in again, and we go back to the lunge, almost like a warrior 3 position. Squaring off the hips, lengthening through the waistline. 2 more of those, knee to chest, releve heel, hold. Start to unravel the spine, place the toe balls down with that front foot. Square your hips off, tuck the tail, lower. Extend, heart left, shoulders back. Now round, get out of the extension. Into the deep lunge, warrior 3, other leg up. 2 more times, knee to chest. Unravel the spine, place the toes down. Split stance squats, lowering down, tuck the tail, open up. Bring it in. 1 more. Here we go. Pulling in. Unravel. Lunge it. Or squat, I should say. Split stance squat. Extend. Pull it back in. Feet together. And stretch. Whew, we're going to do that on the other side. So allow yourself to stretch out the legs. You can move from side to side if that feels good. Just watch the head doesn't collapse down. You've still got some control up and around the shoulder region. All right. Here we go. Roll on out. Nice. Step the other leg forward. I'm going to keep the chair in the same position. Other leg goes forward. Other leg goes back, and you find your warrior 1, warrior 2 position. So my back will be to the camera, but there's 6 of the rotations. So find your position. And like I said, try not to grip the bottom. That's going to inhibit the depth in your hips. Let your butt cheeks drop and widen. Then you can slightly activate to find that position and keep your depth. Good. Push onto the chair, reach away, and then dig deep, rounding into your back. Stay deep in that lunge and then twist. Twisting as much as you can through the ribs, pushing the fingers up to the ceiling, circling, opening up. Scooping through again. Good. Find connection into those feet. The back foot, the knife edge of the foot is pushing in. But I always like to think there's 3 corners to our feet. The big toe, the little toe, the center of the heel. Can you establish that connection in both feet? Guys, you have 3 more to go. Coming in for our 3rd. Maybe experiencing more freedom of movement around the ribcage. Good, so curling in. Maybe even more twist, 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 twist at the camera. And up. And 1 more after this. Actually, I do apologize, I think this is our last one. A bit shocking with my counting this morning. Alright, what's new though? And then hands to the chair. That front foot stays where it is. Come in. And we're going to go into the clocks, which means you're just half a clock swinging that other leg round as you lunge into your front leg. Totally cool to have the knee going over the ankle, increasing that dorsiflexion at the front. but still keep the butt cheek going back like a Venetian blind. Knee and hip hinge at the same time. Leg comes forward. You go out to the side, and then pick it up, hold. Lunge tap forward. Good, try and get your hip bones level. Driving into this hip, this is your stability, and then out of that hip, pick up the toe. All right, here we go. Back, and up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Depending on your calf flexibility, your hip mobility, and your ankle mobility, you might be able to go deeper. Last one. Whew. All right. The leg that was circling is the leg that lands a little bit back. The leg that was lunging forward, we offload it again and pick up the knee and pull it in towards the chest. Important to get out of the shoulders here. So if I said to you at any stage, take your hands off, you're in your core, not resisting and utilizing the chair too much. It's there as almost an extension of your arms and your spine. All right, let's slowly fold into that lunging leg, reach back, get a beautiful extension. All right, here we go, bend the knee, pull the knee into the chest, releve, lift the front heel, hold. Start to lengthen, unravel the spine, lower back, middle back, upper back, toe ball, heel, split stance, squat, come down. Little tuck of the tail, work the lower belly, and then open up here. And then pick up that leg dynamically, reach it back, and lunge. And again, bend the knee, round in. Lengthen, land. Tuck, squat. Extend up to the ceiling. Work it up, curl in. Reach it back, squat. Bend the knee. Pull it in. Lengthen. And extend. One more time. Pick it up. Reach it back. Bend it in. Releve off. Curl in. As much as your belly will allow. Bring it forward, unraveling. Really square your hips off. And we go down. Open up the chest. Pull it back in. And arrive. Good, feet are hip width distance apart, and like a gentle pendulum swing, just start to move your hips from side to side. And you're going to add on a little bit, so the hips move, come onto the knife edge, the inside edge of the other foot, and look over the shoulder. So moving through the feet, not keeping them super stable, looking at the shoulder. Just to get a little bit of mobility in around the edges. And to feel a little gentle stretch in the side waist, in the side ribs. One more time on each side, everyone. Coming to the side, look over the shoulder, and back to the side, look over the shoulder, and hold. Bend the knees, round out through your back, and arrive, coming in. Nice work. All right, so we're going to continue. So this class is quite a lot of the standing leg, quite a lot of opening, but we're going to just challenge the lunge position here. So if you need a mat underneath you, by all means have a mat and have something to pad your knee if you need, otherwise the knee is going to be off the mat. So from here, you're in the position where you're still facing towards the chair. All right, front leg forward. So the other sequence is finished, so we start again with the first leg. So now you're in your squat. You want to work into a 90-degree lunge. Sorry, I do apologize, a lunge, a 90-degree lunge, coming down. Now just be mindful, sometimes in a lunge, when you come down, this hip, the dragging hip, gets a little bit lazy. You can see that my back hip bone is a little lower. Gravity's obviously pulling my thigh bone down. It's a totally natural feeling. What I want you to do is level your hips up, suction this thigh bone up into the socket. Feel a little bit of more connectivity of the lower belly, the hip flexor. So it's actually working here rather than this happening. Once you've got that, press into your feet. Pull the floor together so you're working a little bit more intrinsically into the center line. And take the arms out to the side. Good. Come over to the side. Tilt. Hold 4. Find your stability. 3, 2, 1, coming up. Play with the other way, push the floor outwards. Front foot that way, back foot that way. And find if that gives you more stability. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold through center. Good. Press into that front foot. Pull the front hip back. And then stay in your lunge, curl, tap the chair. Let your back ground in your lunge. Good. Push into your back big toes to see if you can get a little bit more inner quad and a thigh engagement, that connection there. And then unravel, lower back, middle back, upper back, arrive, like you would do in your crescent lunge. Yeah, extend through the back knee, open up, circle out through your arms. Step in, stay low. Good. Hold this position, round your back, give everything a bit of a stretch. And then change sides, other leg steps out. Find your 90-degree lunge. Back knee right underneath the hip. Watch that back hip bone doesn't get a little bit lazy. Pick it up. Hip bones are level. Pull the feet together. Drawing the mat inwards or the floor inwards. Take your arms up. Moving away from the front leg. Stretching, lifting, and going into lateral flexion. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rising up, guys. Stay low. Now push the front foot forward, the back foot back, and go the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, neither pushing in or out. Just trying to find a strong balance between the 2 feet. Push into your back big toe. Take your arms out again. Round lower back, middle back, upper back. Grab hold of your chair, whatever surface you're working on. Deepen into your lunge. And then think about the back muscles working. Lower back, middle back, upper back. Straighten up the front leg. Arrive. Circle. Step in. Your Utkatasana, your chair position. And then just have a look. Allow your knees to go over your ankles, but still try and see your toes. I'm going to turn to the camera so you can see. What I want you to feel like is you're standing on 2 discs. Play around with turning the discs inwards. Thigh bones turn inwards, play around with turning the discs outwards. My feet aren't actually moving. I'm just generating a little bit of internal rotation, discs turning in, external rotation in the hip joints, discs turning out. But this is from a stable hip position. So deep within the hip joints this is happening, and that is happening. Yeah? Depending on your hip position and what feels good for you, I want you to find something where you get a lot of work around here. Find that position, hold it. Good. And just feel that you're not hanging into the back. Make a few more wrinkles in the front part of your singlet t-shirt. One arm up. So you're overhead, Utkatasana chair position, the other arm up. Good. And then sink in a little bit deeper. Little bit deeper. And hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in this position. Scoop the belly a little bit more. Circle your arms back. Turning your palms up to the ceiling. Sliding your hands up your back. Shoulders squeeze back. Breathe in. Feel what your back is doing. If it's overly arching, turn on the core. Massage the core into the back hands. Shoulders back. Punch up through the fist. And back. I do this work on the mat. Gentle shoulder work. Rotate so the palms face up. Bring the arms up, biceps by the ears, palms go up. Now see if you can tap your back. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your arms up, palms up. Start to circle out to a T. Back behind you. And drive through the legs and come back. Up. Front leg. Stays where it is. Back leg back into your lunge. Use your hands. On the chair, drop in. And then this time, bend the back knee, tuck the tail, and try and pull that back thigh bone forward. You'll notice what's happening with my ankle. I'm really pulling the heel further forward and getting a good stretch through my toes, the bones in my feet. So pull forward. A bit more work in here, opening up the front of this hip joint. Arms out wide, and we go side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive up. And change. 4, 3. Keep pulling that back thigh bone forward, tucking the tail under. And up. As before, curl lower back, middle back, upper back. Pull that back thigh bone, that hip forward. And now push the back foot, the back heel back, extending into your crescent lunge. So we've gone from this to this. Open up. Good. Opening up, coming in, changing legs, dropping into your lunge, pulling the back knee, the whole thigh bone, the whole hip forward, and there's the tail tucks. Front heel, so back heel will be forward. Here we go. Drop. And away from the front leg. 4, 3, 2, 1, up. Keep pulling that back thigh bone forward and change. 4, 3, 2, 1, rise. Drop in. All right, here we go. Strong front leg. Pull that back thigh bone in. Round your back. And then it's the opposite way. You push back, you straighten the back leg as you find your way into your crescent lunge. Opening up. And arriving in. Woo. Alrighty, home stretch. Just getting some half moon action using the chair and getting a quadricep stretch. Hope everyone's feeling good. It's actually really nice sometimes to do this from a higher level. This chair is quite low. Yeah, play around with height. Just make sure you're not into your shoulders. Okay, so we're going to start off again. Feet here. Pick up the front leg. Open it out. And gracefully step into your warrior 1, warrior 2 position. Straighten your front leg like you would do in your Trikonasana. Use the chair to push against to feel that extension and try and square your shoulders, square your hips off, just for a moment. Good, then lunge into your front leg again. If you've got a balcony, you can always hold underneath. Usually in bar class, I'll be holding under like this. However, you don't have that, you have the chair. So if you need to step the back leg back, if you feel like you're too condensed, please do. You rise up. Use this for balance. Good, you can keep a slightly bent bottom leg. Helps to get that nice pivoting action around the hip. If this is too strong or you're feeling the wobbles, come with the foot down and just have the foot quite light and get used to lifting up. Otherwise, you're here. The top knee, try and turn it up to the ceiling. More rotation outwards in your hip joint. Then turn it inwards. Internal rotation. There's no right or wrong here. Sometimes for each of us it might feel nicer to do one position, or in your practice play around with the 2 positions. Internal rotation, parallel, external rotation. Alright, so what I want you to feel is the 3 corners of that front bottom foot, big toe, little toe, center of the heel, and drive through it as you extend. This foot, push it in the air to an imaginary ceiling behind you. Top of the head, almost touching a ceiling out in front. So you use the chair for stability to bring that top arm up. So you're quite lifted here, slightly different from when you're lowered in your half moon. Hold that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up halfway, bend, catch the ankle, come down again, bend into the supporting leg if you need to for balance, kick back, and when you're ready, straighten that front leg and stretch it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's a challenge, guys. Tuck your tail under, squeeze it around the butt cheek of the top leg and the back of the hamstring, like you're squeezing something behind your knee. Now we're not going to use the hand to control this. Take the hand away, but keep that position. Hamstring. Good. Find your way back to the start here. And we're going to finish off here, heel close to the bum, pulsing up. 8. Tiny release. 7. 6. Scoop the lower belly. For 3. For 2. For 1. Hold it. Good. Reduce the distance slightly from the front ribs to the front of your pubic bone. Yeah. Get the leg a little higher. Almost hamstring cramping. And pulse. 8. 7. 6. 5. Just think all that lunging stuff that you did. This is actively getting out of the quads, more into the hamstrings, evening out the muscle. All right. One more round. Tuck the tail under. Good. Pull the chest towards the chair and go. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Woo. All right. Back foot lowers. Stretch out both legs like you would pyramid pose, just for a moment. Swap legs. As we're going to come to the other side. I will turn the chair around for this so it's easier for me to talk to you. But otherwise, if you're not able to move your surface, just bear with me and listen to my cues. Feet are parallel. Good. We're going with our second stance. We're going back, picking up the front leg, working ourselves back into warrior one, warrior two, and taking your time to feel it out. But this one, you'll need the front foot a little bit further away from the chair. All right. So from this position, coming forward and taking the top leg up. Now remember, if this isn't going to work for you, you can always just be here and just playing around with this height, no problem. Otherwise, give yourself some space. Feel that the bottom heel is in line with your sit bone and that butt cheek is working. All right, have a look at that extended leg. Play around with turning the kneecap upwards, a rotation outwards in the hip joint. Parallel, knee faces the camera, turning in, knee will face slightly down. It might have a different effect of a feeling in your lower back as well. Yep, something to play around with. Choose which position, which desired position feels good for you. Yep, feels nice and strong. And then from here, flex the foot. Straighten out your front leg. Push down into the floor. Push this foot against an imaginary wall, the crown of the head against an imaginary wall, and top arm comes up. Hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, as I count, of course. Good quality breaths from you guys, I hope. And then bend the bottom knee in again. Come up halfway, grab on. Easier way just to catch your leg. Already kicking to find a nice stretch. Fold. And when you're ready, you can kick and straighten that front leg again. Hold 8, shoulder back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, look at that top leg. Squeeze the heel to the butt cheek. Squeeze the butt cheek and the hamstring. Keep that leg there. Take your hand off. Hand to the chair. Swivel around. And we finish at our last part. So, like a donkey kick or a kick back, the foot goes up. Tail tucks under. Do the best job that you can, getting the most range out of your hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Notice if you've gone into a turned out position, different from half moon, your hip bones are square as in your warrior 3 position. And you go up 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hamstring cramping, I'm hoping. Heel to bum, scoop the belly, watch your upper body. Beautiful position with everything here, so the whole body's working. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Lower it down, step that other foot slightly forward, and we'll go for a decent pyramid pose on both sides. So stagger your feet, check that your hip bones are level. Take your hands here, punch down onto the thing as you pull your chest forward, and reach your tail to the back of the head and tuck it under, and find which position stretches your hamstrings the most for you. Yeah? Play around with where you need to be with your pelvis, whether you sweep the front hip bone back, and hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, roll out, change the feet. Other foot just goes where the first one was. I'll show you a bad one. Sort of, this is what happens. My hip swings out. I want to pull that hip back. Try and get both hip bones, butt cheeks as level as possible. And try to pull a bit more into a neutral spine. For some of you, it might feel fine here. Yeah? You've got to figure out what works for you, what feels good. Push through the front, big toes, and hold 4, 3, pull the heart forward, 2, 1, and come on in. Supported Malasana, come on down. Use the hands on the chair. Once again, I'm just going to turn back this way. All right. Round your back, guys. Let the tail tuck under. I don't know about you guys, but my legs have had it. Maybe they want a little bit of a break. All right, try and bring your feet together. Now, if this isn't happening for you with your knee joints and you don't want to do this one, no problem. You can always just come to here and work with a little twist side to side, if that's okay with the mat underneath you. If you can, as if you were in your side crow pose, You're working through and opening up through the backs of your feet, and your knees are bent and squeezing together. Knees face towards the chair. All I want you to do is keep the knees in the the lower body where it is. Just take one hand to the floor, yeah, and encourage that rotation. If that feels good for you, you can take your other hand to the floor, fingertips on, and lean into your fingertips as you use this elbow to push your thighs the other way. You might have to be hand on the chair and just work with that twist. Good, hand comes back onto the chair, arrive back through center, restacking. A good squeeze of the inner thighs. Other hand comes down. Look to where you want to go, maybe the other hand joins it. Pushing against the thighs, and you're getting a good stretch through the tissues of the side waist here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise back up onto the chair. Good. Second round, coming down. Good. Maybe you can always stay with the hand here and be working on a twist, or you can take it further down to the floor. If some of you have side crow in your practice and you'd like to, you have your hands down, even if it's just leaning and picking up the feet, or maybe if you do have it in your practice, you can lift up, gaze forward. Don't be worried if you're not up to here yet, just work on the feeling of the bind, the twist, and the legs staying squeezing together. If you're in your half crow, come down, your side crow, come down. Realign into a straight position. Just one more on the other side. Good, thighs squeeze together. This is mucho inner thigh work here. Coming, one hand, the other hand, just have to move out of the way for the couch. Either just practicing on lifting, getting the heels up, looking where you want to go, and working on that squeeze, that bind is good enough practice, or you can take it into your side crow. Lifting up, squeezing the legs still together, look where you want to go, grip the floor with your fingertips, coming out of whichever position you're in, finding yourself back to face the chair, and I'm hoping that it's a chair that you can swivel around so you can place your feet on it. If you don't have a chair that you're using some other surface, no problem, you can just do a bridge without the chair. Alright guys, well done. Something nice. I'm going to take my mat, bring it down, and kick back. Place your legs on the chair. Oh, should feel just wonderful after all of that work. Okay, and so you're here. Knees can open up. We have just one sort of ab thing to do, however, just to work into and stretch the hamstrings, and then we'll stretch the lower back. So before we relax completely in this position, curl your head and your shoulders off the mat. Take one leg and stretch it. Take the other leg, try not to hit the chair. So that's going to be your scissoring, and then you change and change. It's a rounding into your back. Use your core, massage the spine. Let's go for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down by your spine, knees bent. Clear the chair as you come to the side. Without the knees dropping down. Opposite side waistline. Squeeze those muscles and pull back from there. And move the knees the other direction. Waistline muscles that are exposed to the ceiling, pull back from there and squeeze. One more time. And pull on up. And then over to the other side. Pull on up. Have a look if you need to before you go into this move. Lift the hips up, support your hands behind your back, so you don't want to be looking left or right here. And you can either just stay here if it feels good to extend your legs into your halasana. Please do so, and allow your back to be supported by your hands. Yeah, if some of you might want to go and bend the knees, no problem. Anything that feels good. Sometimes it's nice to have no activity in the legs and let them softly bend. If you feel like you still need to stretch out, please do. Hold for 4, 3, 2, take a big deep breath in. Fill up the belly, move the tissues in the belly, and then exhale, bend the knees, roll down. Good. Place one leg underneath the chair. Come coming into your side twist. Look in the other direction, and then think about your spine becoming the longest version it can. And then focus on breathing into your top ribs, the top side of the hip. Softening the shoulders. Breathing in. And out. Just for time's sake, I'm going to move through to the other side. But this is the end of the session. So if you feel like after I do sign off, you would like to keep going, so let's just come to the other side, come back and do a few more of these, and finish off with your legs up on the chair, I will show you, or legs up the wall, like Viparita Karate that you might do in yoga. Make the spine really long, exposing your ribs, breathing deep into your belly, so the diaphragm moves down and up, back through center. And just before I jump up to sign off, I would finish here. I would place my legs up, completely relaxed, starfish, and do some sort of shavasana. If you're not doing that, of course, you can arrive up slowly. If you want to stay there, please do so. And arrive up or stay where you are. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, there's quite a few moves in there. If you have any questions, please do let me know. I do teach a lot of a mixture of bar and Pilates and yoga. I love to infuse different movement modalities rather than sticking to a singular approach. So if you have any requests, any feedback or any suggestions for next week's session, please do let me know. Have yourselves a lovely Sunday, and I thank you if you're in the position to donate. And as I mentioned before, please do share this to friends and get everyone to join the Whole Health Project. All right, namaste guys, have a lovely Sunday. Goodbye.